240 yards passing.
However, only 14 points on the scoreboard, and that's all the Beat Diggers care about. You can move the ball from 20 to 20, but if you don't score, it doesn't matter. 1st and 10 from the Brush 24. Loftus with a football is back to throw, rolling to his left. He's got pressure. He wants to throw it. He runs up in the pocket. He is hit, and he's down the 26-yard line. It's a loss of a couple of yards in the play. Clock continues to run. Eaton not calling a timeout, and now they will, but they're down to 25 seconds. 25 seconds to go in the ball game. It'll be a 2nd and 12 when we return in 30 seconds on your 25,000-watt sports information leader, AM 1010 KSIR. 2nd and 12. Loftus on the handoff to Carrasco to the right side. He's got some yardage inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line. He picked up 10 on the play, and a timeout called by Eaton, their 3rd timeout. We'll keep it right here, Doug, with 18 seconds to go. And apparently Faith Christian has taken a 1-point lead on Fort Morgan with about 13 seconds to go in that game. So what a thriller out there. If that Faith Christian score holds up and the Beat Diggers hold on, then Brush will host the state championship game next week. But we are still, again, 18 seconds away.
Very interesting outcomes in today's games. You know, Eaton's a very high-powered offense. However, the Beat Diggers have came up big when they need to, and the man that's doing it is Junior Flores with a block punt, a pass for 60 yards, and then his rushing ability is just amazing.
26-14.
And then throw in their interception too, John.
The Beat Diggers lead Eaton. No question about it, Doug. It's just been an unbelievable day. This is not even by far, I really shouldn't say that, but this is Junior Flores' best game because he's excelled in all 3 areas. 3rd down and 2. Flores rolls to make it Loftus, rolling to his left. He throws it into the end zone. The pass is complete for a touchdown to Myers. 16-yard pass from Paul Loftus to Jeff Myers, and it's a 26-20 game with 12 seconds to go.
Loftus rolled out, looked into the end zone, took him a while to find a receiver. He did find Myers, who came back for the ball a little bit. However, he was still in the end zone. Loftus has a great arm, fired it right in there. And, you know, he's at 257 yards passing.
So now it'll be an extra point from Todd Stancliffe. Beat Diggers now lead 26-20. There's the snap. Kick is up. It was almost blocked in there by the diving Flores, but it's good. We'll take a 30-second timeout. 12 seconds to go. Beat Diggers lead, 26-21 on AM 1010 KSIR.
The football season is in full gear, and Cellular One of Northeast Colorado is giving you 3 ways to score. You make the call. Bring in a phone you already have and get free activation. Or get a free phone and cigarette lighter adapter. And free minutes. Choose from 4 annual plans and get from 30 to 600 minutes free. It's all from Cellular One of Northeast Colorado. Stop by a local sales and service office in Fort Morgan, Brush, Sterling, Holyoke, or Elizabeth. Cellular One of Northeast Colorado. 3 ways to score. You make the call.
Here we go, folks. 12 seconds to go. Junior Flores is back deep. They should be setting up for the onside kick right here. If the Beat Diggers can cover it, they'll win this football game. There's the onside kick. The ball is free. And now it is rolling, and it is rolling out of bounds. It is rolled out of bounds. Boy, it looked like a red was right there at the 50-yard line, but it rolled out of bounds. And the Beat Diggers will take possession of the football right there at the 48-yard line. And Doug, the Beat Diggers are 10 seconds away from taking a knee and going to the state championship game.
Just like that. The ball was an onside kick. It looked like the red was down there able to cover it. However, they let the ball go out of bounds, and I'm not sure why. But that right there just did nothing but benefit the Beat Diggers a brush.
Now the referee is signaling illegal procedure. Of course, that's because the ball rolled out of bounds on the onside kickoff. And the Beat Diggers will have it officially at their own 49-yard line.
Pretty good field position.
All Bobby Anderson needs to do is take the snap and take a knee, and you will have several hundred people on the far sideline celebrating a Beat Digger victory. 10 seconds to go. Anderson takes the snap and a knee, and the Beat Diggers will move on to the Class 3A state championship game at home against Faith Christian. They win the ball game 26-21. We'll be back in 2 minutes with a very happy recap on your 25,000-watt sports information leader. This is AM 1010 KSIR.
It's 3:22 here at AM 1010. I'm Wayne Johnson in studio. Everybody wanted the Morgan County battle, but it will not happen. The Faith Christian football team, with 13 seconds left, scored a touchdown and pull within 1 point of the Fort Morgan Mustangs. They went for 2 and got it, and they defeated the Fort Morgan Mustangs with 13 seconds left on the clock, 29-28. Faith Christian next week will travel to Brush for the 3A state championship. Let's send it out to Eaton with John and Doug and see how excited they are about this big win.
Thank you very much, Wayne. An unbelievable ball game over there. Here, a pretty came out stronger. A 14-0. He never trailed in this game and won 26-21. They won 36 days ago by 5 points. They duplicate that again today. Let's say how this ball game went. On the first possession of the ball game, Junior Flores fumbled, but then Jesse Flores of Eaton on the very next play would fumble. Beat Diggers had the ball back on their own 42. They drove 58 yards, 12 plays, 5 minutes and 45 seconds. Junior Flores from 2 yards out scored to give the Beat Diggers a 6-0 lead. The Beat Diggers would then take advantage of an interception by Jesse Spooner. They would go 66 yards on 4 plays, 1 minute and 49 seconds off the clock. It would be Larry Holter receiving a 10-yard throw from Bobby Anderson, a beautiful pass in the far corner of the end zone. Marty Morales with a catch off another Bobby Anderson toss. The 2-point conversion was good. It was 14-0. However, Eaton has a very explosive offense. They would come right back. In just 1 minute and 21 seconds, Mike Carrasco would score from 1 yard out, 4 plays, 76 yards. The key play was a 55-yard pass from Paul Loftus to Dustin Butler. It was 14-7 headed into halftime. Both teams had an opportunity to score. The Beat Diggers had it 4th and 4 on the 15-yard line. However, Mike Unride would intercept the pass, and then Eaton had the ball, 1st and goal from the 9-yard line, 3 straight incompletions, and then Junior Flores came up big with a blocked field goal just before halftime, and it was 14-7 going into the third quarter. The Beat Diggers then would come out strong in the second half. Mike Toft would catch a pass 15 yards from Bobby Anderson. The extra point was no good, but this was the turning point of the game, perhaps besides that blocked field goal, because Larry Holter came up with an interception as Eaton was moving the ball down the field. He intercepted it at his own 8-yard line. 4 minutes, 9 plays, 92 yards. Again, Mike Toft with the 15-yard reception from Bobby Anderson. It was 20-7. The extra point was no good. Eaton would come back, 5 plays, 81 yards. Jason Smith from 41 yards on a pass. And 1 second. Huge drive here. Play, perhaps. I mean, how much further? A 60-yard Junior would score from 10 yards out. And no good. Both teams then kept exchanging the football. The Brush defense, interceptions there, a fumble recovery. Eaton would score at the end of the game a 16-yard pass. F. Myers 26-21 on a rather chilly day 5 weeks ago, but it was under dry conditions, and Coach Larry Mills has come up with his 200th victory in his career. Coach, congratulations on such an unbelievable feat. Your team came out here. You'll be hosting the state championship game. Faith Christian came up with a dramatic 1-point victory, 29-28. Let's see if we can adjust your microphone here as we start this interview. But Junior Flores, as well as he's played all year, Coach, today not only was a great runner, he was a great thrower. He was great on special teams, a great defender. If you're going to advance to a state championship game, how fitting is it that your best player comes out here and does just an unbelievable job?
Well, I thought he played really well, but I thought Bobby Anderson played an exceptional game, too. He put some passes right on the money, and he had a couple others that could have been caught that were just a little high. But how about that passing game? Where's that been all year?
That was simply unbelievable. And one thing you wanted to do all season, you wanted to find Mike Toft, and today you found Mike Toft.
Yeah, Mike played really well, blocked well. They got a heck of a team. It wasn't any shabby team that we beat today, and to beat them on their home field twice, that's a great big win for us. The guys, I just can't say enough about the way they've responded. You go back to Sterling, and it looked pretty bad, but the way they come back and played, and as explosive as Eaton is, that's as good a football team as we'll have to play, I guarantee you.
Every time your team needed a big play, I was trying to pinpoint what was the play that turned around this ball game, and I thought towards the end of the first half, those 3 straight incompletions, and then the blocked field goal by Junior Flores, that was a big play. But then, of course, then you were pinned down 2nd and 15 from your own 30-yard line, and you had Junior throw that pass. Is there any big play you could point out that really turned around this game?
No, in a semifinal game, there's a tremendous number of big plays, and there's none any bigger than the past one. You know, the last play is always big. You know, everything magnifies itself. And I thought our kids handled themselves. I was a little worried. We got the big fumble right off the first play of the game, and I thought, oh, man. And then he turned around and gave it back. And then we put together a really nice drive and did some nice stuff on it.
Now, you told us on Wednesday that one thing your team needed to do was control the clock and run more plays, and your team ran 37 of the game's 53 first plays, and that looked like it set the tone for the rest of the game.
Well, you got to keep the ball away from them, and we didn't do that towards the end, but we were getting really tired, and I wanted to keep the clock running, and I just didn't think we needed to throw it anymore, and I thought their kids played really hard. And Marty Morales he showed a lot of guts because his ankle was sprained so bad. Yesterday it was swollen up black and blue, and he played the whole game almost. But there's a lot of heroes out there today. It was great.
Now, you had somewhat of a criticism for your defense last week towards the second half when they struggled just a little bit and they gave up the 28 points.
You had more criticism than I did.
Well, probably I did. I don't want to put words in your mouth, Coach, but today they were just outstanding against a team that can move the ball down the field. Of course, Loftus had about 250 yards passing, but they were bending, but they didn't break it all.
Yeah, and they didn't run like they're capable of running. I mean, we gave them yards, but they couldn't run at will like they did against Evergreen and against Fountain Carson, and they didn't run as good against us this time as they did last time. But last time I thought we were lucky to win. This time I thought we controlled the game from the get-go, and that was big for us.
Finally, Coach, what about special teams? Because today it looked like the kickoffs that Bobby Anderson was booting off his foot. I thought they were very effective towards the sidelines. Eaton started out in poor field position for the majority, especially that second half.
Yeah, it was big. That was big. And I can't say enough about the way Bobby played. He just threw the ball, kept his poise, handled himself really well. And we needed a big game out of him, and we got it.
I know this is like a cliche-ish question, but has it hit you yet that you're going to the state championship game, considering where you were Big Four after losing by 17 points at home to Fort Morgan?
Well, we just wanted to get there. I mean, the kids were bound determined. We worked extremely hard after that to turn it around. And hey, these guys are road warriors, man. We played 6 of the last 7 on the road and won them all. So it's nice to be home. Got to love that Beat Digger Stadium.
Absolutely. Anything else you can tell the Beat Digger fans, Coach? You're going home. You're playing for another state championship. Of course, I believe this is your 10th trip to the state finals. Or
yes,
is
it is.
And, of course, coming off your 200th victory, this is probably, in all your years of coaching, one of the biggest days in your life because you've reached such a milestone in winning 200 games.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's just an honor, and it's a tribute to all the fine athletes and all the great coaches that have coached with me. I didn't play in any one of those 200 wins, and the kids played in them, and they're the ones that deserve it. And I just appreciate that they give 100% for me, and that's all I can ask.
Coach, congratulations. We're all proud of you and your football team, and I'm very honored to be covering this football team this year.
Well, thank you, John. It's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. That's Brushhead football coach Larry Mills. The team is now advancing to the state championship game. And Big Daddy, you haven't taken the mic for a while, but I'm sure you're very fired up about going through those stats. A few minutes ago, I saw a smile on your face so big I thought your teeth were going to come apart.
Oh, sorry about that. They were chattering, too, because the temperatures dropped there a little bit. But, we've seen a very exciting football game out here today. We've seen both teams were not one dimension. They had a passing game going, and they had the running game actually going very well. An interesting stat as I tally things up here, Eaton Reds totaled over 432 total yards. Very impressive. They outgained the Beat Diggers of Brush. Beat Diggers of Brush only had 357 yards total offense. But the difference is like you said in the interview, they bent, but they did not break.
Well, that does it from here. Eaton High School was the site today, 26-21, but I think that Doug wants to get more in depth into the stats here because I was looking at the scoreboard, enjoying it so much. I didn't want to sign off so quickly before we went through the Brush offensive stats, Doug, because Junior Flores, again, he threw for 60 yards today. He blocked a field goal. He intercepted a pass. He scored 2 touchdowns, and man, was that guy carrying the football today like a workhorse.
He carried it 30 times today, 173 rushing yards. Very impressive by number 2, Junior Flores. Also give some credit to Kaler. He had 58 yards on 13 carries. Very effective yards to kind of mix things up for him. And then one man I got to mention in this post-game show, Bobby Anderson, 50% passing. He was 6 of 12, 109 yards, and he spread the ball around him very evenly. You know, Hoff caught a couple, Flores caught one, and also Larry Halter caught some. Total offensive yards, 248 on the ground, 109 passing, 357 total yards.
Bobby Anderson, 2 touchdown passes. Junior Flores, 2 touchdown runs, 5 turnovers. The story of this season for the Beat Digger defense, they have come up big during this 9-game winning streak, forcing all types of turnovers, and they neutralized, despite the fact Eaton had over 400 yards of offense, they neutralized and a team that had scored 95 points combined in their first 2 playoff games. They held them to 21 here today, and really those last 7 coming with 12 seconds to go were basically just mopping them up and getting this score just a little bit closer. But the Beat Diggers dominated from start to finish, although it was close at times, taking that 14-0 lead, and again, they win it 26-21. Next week, it's a home game. The state championship game in Class 3A will be played at Brush High School. We'll have it for you beginning approximately at 12 o'clock. Listen throughout the week, AM 1010 KSIR. We'll give you an official starting time, but it will be an expanded pregame edition with Brush head coach Larry Mills. We'll recap the entire season for you up to this game being played next Saturday at Brush High School. Unbelievable how the Beat Diggers, after 4 games of the season, just 2-2, struggling against Sterling and Fort Morgan, have come out and really shown what they're made of. For the sound engineer back at the station, Paul Collins, and our Mr. Update man, Wayne Johnson, and my broadcast partner, Doug Greene, this is John Beltran. Again, the final score here from Eaton High School. It's a Class 3A semifinal playoff victory for the Beat Diggers, who defeat the Eaton Reds 26-21. Until next Saturday at approximately noon, I'm John Beltran. Have a great afternoon, everybody.